What's up guys, my name is Ace, and welcome back to another Battlefield 6 gun guide. In today's episode, we're going to be diving deep into the stats of the SG553R, and toward the end of the video, I'm going to be sharing a couple excellent attachment combinations to use. And starting it off, as always, let's have a look at our raw power potential with this gun. Our rate of fire is moderate for a carbine at 719 rounds per minute, and this gun is going to be a 3 to 7 shot kill depending on the range. And when it comes to our time to kill potential, within the first damage range, which is short, but still within that first 9.5 meters, we have an incredible time to kill for this game at 167 milliseconds. There are very few guns in this game that will be able to compete with this time to kill, including SMGs right up close. So definitely tons of power potential if you're in super close quarter situations. However, we still maintain a great time to kill into the second and third damage range, and then after that, it just becomes sort of average in the time to kill department. And diving a little deeper into our range drop-off points, it's just standard for carbines. It's the same as all of the other carbines, with the one big exception being that M277. But overall, I would say this gun really excels within those first 3 damage ranges, so you typically want to keep yourself within about 37.5 meters if you're really trying to play optimally with this. Now, unfortunately, another area that solidifies this as more of like a close to mid-range carbine is the fact that we have the worst muzzle velocity in the carbine category at 519 meters per second. And this just means it's going to be a little more difficult than some of the others to be hitting moving targets at longer ranges. You're going to have to lead your shots a little bit more, and you're just more likely to be missing shots as you stretch it out. And now let's talk about hip fire a little bit. And this gun is just standard for a carbine here. They're all exactly the same. However, I will say this gun really excels due to the fact that it has a decent enough fire rate and an amazing time to kill potential. So if you are within that 9.5 meter range, don't hesitate to hip fire. You will melt people with this gun. Next, let's have a look at recoil. And this is an area where this gun doesn't really excel. I won't say it's horribly inaccurate. It's not like it's totally uncontrollable, but relative to the other carbines here, you can see there's a lot less predictability with the recoil, even early on in that recoil plot. It is going to jump around on you a little bit, and it does spread out a little sooner than some of the other carbines from what I can tell. And therefore, once again, I just don't really like stretching my ranges out super far with this gun unless I have plenty of time to just carefully tap fire at my target, which I will do from time to time if I feel confident. But more often than not, I'm just trying to keep myself in close to mid ranges to really make the most of this. But then when it comes to our handling stats, they're just standard for a carbine here, and that means they're pretty good overall. It's the same thing when it comes to weapon mobility. No surprises here. It's the same as all the other carbines out there. And that means it's got pretty decent mobility. And with all of that out of the way for multiplayer, let's have a brief look at REDSEC against 2 armor plates. This gun will be a 6 to 13 shot kill depending on the range. And up close, we have an incredible time to kill potential for REDSEC at least at 417 milliseconds. And that's really not surprising. That power from multiplayer does carry into REDSEC as well. It does super well in close to even medium ranges. However, when you get out to a bit of a distance, it then becomes below average, not only in the time to kill department, but also in the accuracy and bullet velocity department. So if I were using this in REDSEC, I wouldn't be stretching my ranges out, but it would be a solid option if you're pairing it with a really nice long range gun on top of it. And there we have it. That's going to wrap it up for all of the important stats of the SG553R. Now let's get into some excellent attachment combinations, and the first one I've got for you guys is my balanced accuracy build. And with this, I just thought I'd throw you off a little bit. I'm going to be using the Mini Reflex for my optic, just because I really don't mind this. I generally prefer the OSA 7. I'm sure most of you guys already know that if you've been watching this series. But hey, I wanted a bit of a change of pace here, so I threw the Mini Reflex on. For our suppressor, we've got the Lightened suppressor on here, so that helps a bit with recoil, while keeping us off the radar. We have the extended barrel on here just to help our muzzle velocity a little bit. It's still not amazing at 648 meters per second, but it's at least very noticeably better than it was previously. For underbarrel, we have the 6H64. For a magazine, we have the 30-round fast mag, so we can get a bit of a faster reload, especially when combined with the mag catch. We're also using that here. And we have a just over 2-second reload time now. And then finally, we've just got the standard ammo. And you can see our recoil is cut down a little bit with this, so I feel a bit more confident stretching my ranges out. And this is just a nice, balanced, solid, all-around way to use the SG553R. However, I do have another build that I've got for you guys, and this one's designed a bit more for aggression. So I'm not going to be challenging gunfights at really long ranges as often, and I'm really just trying to play to the strengths of this gun at close to medium range. With this one, we're using the CQB suppressor, the light barrel, and that's going to help us as we're strafing in gunfights. It's going to maintain a bit better accuracy for us. We've got the slim angled grip here to help with our aim down sight speed, and it also helps with our draw time and a little bit with recoil with no downsides attached to it. We once again have that 30 round fast mag, our standard ammo, and then I went back to the OSA 7 optic on this one. And there we have it. That's finally going to wrap it up today's gun guide on the SG553R. And when it comes to my thoughts on this gun, I think it's actually very good. It's one of the better guns in this game. Honestly, for me, it's been flying under the radar a little bit. I haven't really used it much until recently, and now that I've been getting into it, I'm really enjoying this one, and I definitely recommend checking it out if you guys haven't yet. But of course, those are just my thoughts on this, and I'd love to hear what you guys think about the SG553R in those comments down below. Also, if you guys have missed any of the previous gun guides, I will leave a link to the playlist in the description of the video. And as always, I am open to suggestions for future episodes, so please let me know which gun you'd like me to cover next. If you enjoyed this one, a like rating is always appreciated, and don't forget to subscribe for more if you haven't already. I'll talk to you guys next time.